Hey beautiful people, welcome back to my channel, Wake Up Bright, where I share all of the things that help me live each day a little brighter. I'm Lauren and I'm on a journey to lose a lot of weight. Today is Weigh-In Wednesday and I'm doing my 1 mile per time and the hubs is gonna record it for me. I'm pretty excited and we're gonna go ahead and go. For the second night in a row, we are headed to do my mile for time. I'm pretty sure I will say this like 3 times in this video at least, but the first time I set out to do my mile for time, we had some difficulties, so it was not a fun time. About to get this show on the road. What do you think? You think I'll do better than last month? I'm gonna try. I was sore for 3 days. My left butt cheek was so sore. Anyway, we're about to go. We're about to get it. Man, these glasses, I need some new ones. I thought they were so cute, but I look like Mrs. Santa Claus. All right, beautiful people. So he has taken my thumbnail picture for me, which he absolutely hates. But I'm so grateful for him. We're gonna get it done. Let's see. Workout, outdoor, 3, 2, let's go. If you would like to skip forward to the Weigh-In Wednesday portion of the video, there's timestamps down below. If you would like to just skip to the end of the walk and get like those final moments, it's about 19 minutes in. So this video is a little different than usual. Enjoy. And we are off. I am very excited to share this 1 mile for time. I am doing it differently than I ever have before. This is the second time that I've had someone record. Someone's always my husband, but he's recorded the entire mile, and so this time I decided to just leave it as is. I'm not doing any talking to the camera. I don't need a break. Before last year I would talk to the camera, I would go slow just in order to like let my body rest essentially, and taking in the surroundings. I think my perspective on my walks has shifted as like to the extreme amount that my time has. I mean, when I started, I was walking, my first mile took me over 40 minutes, and this one took me a little over 17. To be completely transparent, I did try to film this the day before, and we had some technical difficulties. And then that night, it was really, really fantastic. I was walking my sweet Chipper, and we came up on this older couple, and sometimes Chipper reacts to people, and like, I always have control. She's very obedient, she listens, but I just thought it would be a good idea to cross the street where we were. There was like a crosswalk, and it just worked out. It worked out where like we could cross the street. Well, I stepped out, and like where the sidewalk met the road dipped, but I was wearing, you guys will see them, these big glasses, and I am so blind I can't see. And so when I stepped out, I just ate it. Belly flopped on the concrete, skid forward, twisted, not like rolled, but twisted both of my ankles, skinned up my toes on my left side, broke not just my nail, but like my actual nail bed. Got contusions on both of my knees. I was shaken up pretty bad, but I know that all sounds pretty traumatic, but here I am the very next day walking a mile per time as fast as I could. I was in a little bit of pain. Well, it got exponentially worse towards the end of my mile per time, but like, I feel like that's a huge non-scale victory, and these mile for time videos are. It's like one giant non-scale victory every time there's an improvement. And even at this point, if there's not an improvement month to month or whenever I video to video, the fact that my husband walking behind me, he gets out of breath is amazing. it amazes me. It makes me so proud of myself that I can walk at a pace that my husband, like, he doesn't struggle to keep up. He could literally pass me at any time. He can run multiple miles in like well over 2 miles in the time it takes me to walk 1 mile. So there's that. But I am just proud of myself. Now, my form was a little off. I could feel it the whole time. It's because I was compensating for my knees hurting pretty bad. My ankles hurt. By the end, my ankles were killing me. And like my whole body was just, like I said, it was very jarring. But that was quite a fall for someone even of my current weight to catch myself without any extreme injury. Like, essentially I went to bed. I was like pretty shook up because it just scared me. I fell on a street. And I also, when I fell, my phone went flying because I was carrying it in my hand. My glasses flew off and I dropped the leash when I came down on my hand. So I was worried Chipper was going to run off, which she didn't. She's very obedient, like I said. So anyway, that was that. I feel like it's a huge non-scale victory that I did not come away from that more injured. Would you know, though, the elderly couple that I was trying to get out of the way of, they didn't even check to see if I was okay. They just made a hard right. I mean, I can't blame them, I guess. Like, this rather short, rather round woman, like, belly flops on the road with her German Shepherd. Like, I don't know. Anyway, it made me sad. It definitely hurt my feelings that, like, they weren't even like, hey, are you all right, lady? Anything. But not that it was not their responsibility. It just surprised me a little. I mean, we are in the South-ish. We're not really in this, I mean, maybe. Anyway, so I don't know if I will do lots of these videos where it's just the actual me walking, waddling. However, if you like it without like the B-roll footage that I sometimes shoot, or like I've done in the past where sometimes I talk to the camera throughout, let me know if you like it like this, or if you like it where there's a little bit more to watch rather than me walking forward and you looking behind me. My husband, the last time he kind of came up beside me and then went in front of me for a little bit. This time I asked him not to because it distracts me. And I realize I'm just doing this for myself, but I take it like it's something that I really enjoy doing, like pushing myself as hard as I can push. And this time I pushed myself as hard as I could, and I was limited. I was limited in my ability to move. And I still just pushed. I didn't let it stop me. Now, if it was a bad enough injury, I would have, but I got up the next morning and it really hurt to walk. So I pulled out the crutch, or a crutch, not crutches, but, and took some ibuprofen, and like as soon as the ibuprofen set in, like my pain completely went away. So I think the swelling went down, and it was easier to put my weight on my right leg again. And now it is a few days later, and I definitely bruised up, but like there's not a lot of pain. There's a little bit, but not a lot, hardly any at all. So by this time next week, I will be golden. And I did go home, rest, and everything, and then I took both pups for their evening walks. So I was fine after my mile for time. Now, after I fell, I was not fine. My husband walked the pups. So anyway, while I feel like my last 1 mile for time, my form was better. I just felt better. You can see like my steps are kind of shallow. Like I'm not stepping wide. I have tried to train myself over the last month and a half or so to not take as wide steps, because when I take wide steps, I hyperextend my right leg a little bit, and I don't enjoy the way it makes me feel after when I put all of my weight and I'm going as fast as I can. So I try to keep it in my mind that I don't want to push all the way back on that right knee. And part of that is just taking steps that are slightly closer together. But even still, this is a lot closer together than it typically is. which is okay. It's no big deal. I do love how beautiful North Carolina is. North Carolina is so beautiful. I love my walks. I'm excited. I cannot believe that fall is almost here, but I'm excited for it to cool down and for me to be able to take my pups with me on all of my walks. So that'll be really awesome, instead of just walking them early morning and early evening, or late evening rather. So this was one of the first times, it's like the second time I think that I've walked on this part of the trail. I like the other direction better, but when I did my mile for time last time, I went down to the church parking lot and circled around, and it's just not predictable as far as like what the traffic's going to be like, walking in the road, walking in the church parking lot, things like that. So this time we decided to go this direction. So both directions are quite flat, and that's mainly what I like. I do kind of miss the gravel road, and there is a place on base. So I'm thinking my next mile for time, I might just do it on base, and we'll see how that goes. Let me know in the comments below, would you prefer for me to do a 3 mile and 1 mile for time altogether? My thought is this, eventually I'm not going to get any faster walking. Like, I don't know when that will be, but I'm thinking once I know that I'm working out, know that I'm pushing myself, and I don't improve for 2 or 3 months, like, I think what I'm going to start doing, and maybe I'll do it at the same time. I'm kind of doing it already by doing my 3 miles for time, but focus on improving, like doing a 2 mile, focus on getting multiple miles in a certain time period, or do 2 15-minute miles as opposed to 1, because I think I would be hard pressed to be able to maintain like even this pace that I'm doing now, which is definitely not a 15-minute mile per hour pace. We'll see. I don't know. These are all just my thoughts. If you are still listening and watching, thank you. Thanks for hanging out with me. I appreciate it, and I'm grateful for you. If you've jumped ahead, well, I'm grateful for those of you that did that and aren't even listening to me say this right now. I did want to say something a little bit. One of the reasons I decided to include the entire mile in this video, and I should not do this. I should not let negative comments or critics, people, I really believe that quote I shared with you guys quite a while ago, but it was from a book I was reading, that you'll never be criticized from people doing better than you. And I think that that's true. People who are really going after it and doing their best, they don't have time to look at you and judge you. Like, sure, if you ask for constructive criticism, people that are doing better than you, hopefully, if they're thoughtful and caring, like they'll give you a minute and they'll give you some constructive criticism. People who make assumptions and make judgments and make stuff up and insult and name call and judge, like, it is not worth our time. I got an incredibly nasty message. I feel like it's worth sharing that I got a message like this, because this person was telling me that if they lost weight as slowly as I lose weight, they would starve, that I am not worth like being alive, that if they were me, they would not continue to live. And that's not exactly what they said, of course. That's kind of me paraphrasing. But how horrible. It doesn't matter if it's online, if it's in person. That's a horrific thing to say. And if you're the type of person to egg people like that on and encourage people like that, like, shame on you, you know? I mean, I have empathy for all of these people. I cannot imagine looking outward online to bully people and tear them down in that way. I can't imagine just critiquing other people and constantly putting myself in a place of moral superiority. I just can't imagine at that. It just makes me sad. Makes me sad for them, especially since the limitations and the toxicness that they put on me. Maybe not in every case, but in most cases, it's because of the way they talk to themselves about themselves. It's the way that they perceive the world. The world is dark, and that's such a lonely and horrible place to be. Just know you're loved and you're worthy of living your life just like everyone that I talk to on my channel, better and brighter. And I love you, even if you think that I would be better off not here. It's okay that you feel that way. It really doesn't affect me. There is always room for constructive criticism. Just because you feel strongly that your opinions and your thoughts are fact does not make them so. It does not make it fact, and you cannot impose your beliefs on anyone else. My thought on this is do your best. We're going to get criticism, and not constructive criticism. We have to learn to block it out. I have to learn to take it in stride. I have to learn to power forward. I have to learn and continue to let my results be my only response. I don't care about their expectations and that the things that they project onto me. I can't. And I would like to encourage you to consider that giving that stuff time and attention in your own life, other people's expectations and opinions, how it potentially brings you down and limits your ability to grow, limits your ability to succeed. And so what I try to do is let it all go. I love Jocko Willnick's response when crap hits the fan. He just responds, cool. When people share a toxic opinion about me or tell me who I am or what I should or shouldn't be doing, I try so hard to just respond, cool. And then power through on my journey, continuing to do my best each day to live every day a little brighter, to live my life and not focus on living to lose weight. I feel like that's where I've gone wrong in the past. My life, I'm living each day as bright as I can. I'm losing weight so that I can live each day brighter, and I'm living each of my days. And I encourage you to live each of your days as fully and happily and brightly as you can. Take the time to figure out what your body needs, what you need, what you want out of life. And through trial and error, you'll find a process that works for you. And once you find your process, commit to it, regardless of opinions, regardless of criticism, regardless of other people's projections or expectations. Just power through. Live your life. Live it fully. The tail end of this mile for time is definitely one of my least bright. I was miserable, and I just want to prepare you for some real negative, honest moments. Here they are. Hurts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What?
What hurts?
My freaking ankles and my knees. especially my right ankle and my left ankle. My ankles.
So what's your time?
17 minutes, 15 seconds.
What was your last month's time?
17 minutes and 58 seconds.
So what's that, 43 seconds?
Oh no.
Pretty sure it's 43 seconds. Trying to block the camera?
Yeah.
I walk faster than you.
Hurts. Hurt.
Oh yeah? What is that?
Because I took a belly flop yesterday.
Yeah, you gotta tell the whole world you too?
I took a belly flop on concrete yesterday and I busted my knees and my palms.
Did
Twisted
you?
my ankles.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I did.
You know, like, why are you talking about my granddad or something like that? They like meme the hell out of her.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, this camera angle kind of gives you that look. All you gotta do is put your arms behind your back and kind of look forward.
Well, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna hate all of the footage that he just filmed. I am in so much pain. And I have a pretty high pain threshold. We'll see how many more miles I walk later today. I might need to rest. Anyway, I'll see you later for weigh-in Wednesday. It is the weigh-in Wednesday portion of today's video. Last week I weighed in at 294.3. This week I weighed in at 293 pounds. I am very excited. I cannot believe next week will be my monthly update. I am almost positive I will be a whole 60 pounds down. Not quite there yet. Almost. I'm like a hair away. I'm so excited. I'm gonna order some earrings because I'm pretty positive next week I will be able to have them. And so with those of you that don't know, one of the things that I decided early on in my journey is that every 20 pounds I lost, I was going to get a pair of Betsy Johnson earrings. It's just something, I've always liked them, but they're a lot. They're a lot. And for what they are, I feel like the price is a little high sometimes, but I feel like it's a fun celebratory thing. Moving right along, I want to go over the time. So last month I shared my June 2021 mile for time and it came in at 17 minutes and 58 seconds. This month I came in at 17 minutes and 15 seconds and I probably would have even been faster if I wasn't injured, but still a good improvement of 43 seconds. I'm very proud of that. And I wanted to go ahead and share my original mile for time, and I will tag these videos up top, which was 41 minutes and 31 seconds, and now it is 17 minutes and 50 seconds again. I feel like I look like a different person. I'm very happy with my results. I'm very happy with the work that I've put in, and I just want to remind you, you're worth the work. I'm worth the work. I'm worth putting in the time. I'm worth living and doing the things that I want to do, that I choose to do, that make me feel brighter and live brighter. And you're worth that too. Regardless of what anyone around you says, you are worth it. I want to wrap up today's video with my steps. So this week I averaged 14,680 steps per day. I averaged 5.6 miles, which I thought was really interesting because it's basically the same average daily miles as last week. The only difference is I increased my intentional miles. So I think I only increased my daily average for the steps by about 200, and it was 0.1 on average daily miles, but it was over half a mile that I increased my daily intentional miles. So intentional miles are what I've walked daily for exercise. Right now, I'm really focused on increasing the exercise, but my end goal is to increase my overall daily caloric expenditure. Like, what am I doing? How much movement am I getting? I feel like throughout my journey, I've definitely made improvements, but this is definitely a point that I can still grow towards. And I just want to say thank you for being here. Thank you for your love and encouragement. If you enjoyed today's video, please give me a thumbs up. Comment down below. Let me know what you're doing to work on your fitness. I love you. I hope that you have a beautiful rest of your week, and I will see you next time.